Hi students, today's lesson is going to be on 6.3 equivalent expressions with distributive property. So you're still simplifying expressions by combining like terms, but you're going to add on distributive property in this. Let's get started. So simplifying an algebraic expression. So rewrite the expression without parentheses using the distributive property if needed. So some problems you may have where you have integer multiplying by a parentheses like you did earlier in the week using distributive properties. So you got to go through that. And then when you have the problem without the parentheses, you combine like terms like we did yesterday in the last 2 days. All right, so simplify the expression. So as you can see, there are parentheses here. That means you need to do distributive property. One thing I want to point out is that when you have a minus sign in front of a parentheses without an integer, you really want to write a 1 there to make it a -1. So you're going to be doing that -1. And now you're going to be distributing that 4 to the x and distributing that 4 to the 5. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 5 is +20. And then that -1 part of it, you're going to do -1 times 3x and -1 times 7. So -1 times 3x is -3x. -1 times 7 is a -7. So you're putting -7 there. So you dealt with that subtraction symbol just by putting that 1 there. Okay, so always put a 1 there. That actually removes a lot of errors. You're technically subtracting the first entire expression and the second parentheses. But when you distribute that -1, you let go of errors. And now we're just going to combine like terms. So we have 4x here and a -3x here. That's going to give you +1x. +20 is your constant with the -7, so 20 minus 7 gives you 13. So your answer is going to be 1x minus 13. And just like you did in the last set of notes, if you need to write this out over here, do 4x and 3x minus 3x, go ahead and do that in the, these are the x terms, my error. 4x and minus 3x, and then the constants are 20 minus 7. You're more than welcome to do that. And you can highlight it. All of you guys are using different strategies that actually help you combine like terms properly. But your final answer in this would be 1x minus 13 or x minus 13. Let's do another problem. So simplify the algebraic expression. So we have a parentheses here right here. So that we ignore that 6y at the moment. Not actually, we don't ignore it. We're just going to write 6y. And now we're going to distribute that -2. The -2, remember that minus sign goes with the 2. The -2 to everything that's in the parentheses, we're going to distribute it. So -2 times y is -2y. -2 times -7 is a +14. And then that 3 is there, you're just going to add it. So like that 6y and 3 are part of the problem, but you just go left and right and do what's in order. Just do what's in order. And now we're combining like terms. Let's see what like terms we have. We have a 6y. We have a -2y. Those are our y terms. So it's going to be 6y minus 2y, which is 4y. +14 and +3 are our constants, 14 plus 3, and that gives you 17. Okay. Let's do more problems. Maybe you want to pause the video and try it yourself. A lot of the times that helps see if you get the right answer. So just like I've told you guys, you see that minus sign, put a -1 there. If you don't put a 1 there, you're going to have errors. So 11, and it's going to be a -1, so you're going to distribute that -1 to the x and the -4. So -1 times x is -1x. Negative 1 times negative 4 is a positive 4. And then just minus 2x. And now it's about combining like terms. So we have a negative 1x is your x term here. And I see another one here. So negative 1x minus 2x. That ends up giving you minus 3x. And then a constant of 11 and a constant of 4. So 11 plus 4 gives you a 15. Maybe you want to pause the video and try this one out on your own too, all right? So just like we did the last problem, you're subtracting here. So you want to write that negative 1, all right? Negative 1. And now let's do the problem. 2 times x and 2 times 6. That's going to give you 2x plus 12. Negative 1 times x and negative 1 times 2. It's going to give you negative 1x minus 2. Remember, negative 1 times x is negative 1x. Negative 1 times positive 2 is negative 2. And now it's about combining our like terms. So we have a 2x and we have a negative 1x. So 2x minus 1x gives you a 1x. 2 minus 1. Remember, you're just adding and subtracting the coefficients. And then a positive with 12 as your constant and a negative 2 as your constant. So 12 minus 2 gives you a positive 10. How about you pause the video and definitely try out these problems on your own. All right, welcome back. So let's see what you have here. So negative 2, you got to distribute the negative 2. So negative 2p. Negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2. Remember, two negatives, when you multiply them, give you a positive. Plus 4p plus 8. Combine your like terms. You got a negative 2p and a positive 4p. Negative 2 plus 4 is a positive 2p. Positive 2 and a positive 8. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So that's your answer there. Got distributing going on here too. So 2y plus 6 plus 1. I'm going to put the 1y right now. 1y minus 4. Remember, I always tell you guys to write a 1 there. And now let's combine our like terms. We got a positive 2y and a positive 1y. That's going to give us 3y. And a positive 6 and a negative 4. That's going to give us a 2. So your final answer for this is going to be 3y plus 2. Your ELA is going to be, your homework is going to be these 4 problems. And make sure that you put in the ones where you need to and do all sorts of things so you don't, make sure you put a 1 in front of parentheses that needs to be there, 1 in front of a variable if there's no coefficient there. All right. Hope this helped. Bye, guys.